Do you know that the difference between your success and your failure is not in the circumstances, but in the voice in your head? That voice that whispers to you every day, "You can't, it's hard, you will fail." What if it's exactly that voice stopping you? If your emotions are largely the result of your thoughts, it means that when you control your thoughts, you can also control your feelings. This happens when you change your inner monologue, that voice within you, which primarily created the corresponding feeling. These words belong to Albert Ellis, one of the forefathers of modern psychology. He established that the way you think and talk about your own experiences affects your attitude towards them. In short, your thoughts go hand in hand with your emotions. Moreover, he discovers that the way you think is often completely irrational. Think about how many times you've told yourself something like, "I'm so stupid. I always mess things up. There's no life for me anymore." Recall how many times you've overreacted to something that later seemed completely insignificant to you. If you go back to the moment just before the outburst, you'll see that you said something angry to yourself, and boom, your mental balance disappears. Some of the things you say and do are not always particularly rational, yet you say and do them. And often you don't even realize that even the slightest negative inner monologue leaves an unpleasant taste in your soul. Sometimes your inner monologue is not destructive, but more moderate, yet it still drains your strength. When you are working on something, you might say to yourself, "It's so difficult. What if I don't succeed on time?" Or you might be tormented by thoughts of how you might fail. This makes you feel worried or anxious. Sometimes this negative inner dialogue leads to anger, sadness, or irritation, which manifest in various seemingly unrelated situations. Such an inner monologue in no way makes your life easier. The more you keep telling yourself that something is difficult, the harder it starts to seem. Unfortunately, you constantly listen to the stream of automatic thoughts in your head and are so accustomed to the critical voice inside you that you often don't notice how negative thoughts affect your mood and behavior. As a result, you do or don't do things that your rational mind actually suggests. Think about those annoying daily tasks you fear the most, because in your mind you've made them more unpleasant than they actually are. Sometimes you avoid things like folding laundry or arranging dishes, even though they neither require much time nor serious effort. And because your life is full of such trifles, you easily add them to the bigger and more important tasks, until at some point you feel exhausted and crushed. Why do you resist certain things in your life? Because you constantly have an internal monologue about them, a monologue rooted in a negative attitude. If you look closely at your life, you will find these breaks and realize that it is your inner voice that has created quite serious obstacles on your path to success. If this video made you think about your own inner voice, write in the comments. I choose new thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you want to start training your mind so that it works for you, not against you. Share the video with someone who needs to hear this today.